After that resilient but not good enough performance against Fulham in FA Cup, which we lost on penalties, Manchester United is going up against Sociedad next in what is our Europa Cup competition match. Now it's going on Thursday, which is tomorrow. Now we have to talk a bit about the match, the past match, to look in context into this match that we're going to play next. For a while now, Manchester United have been underperforming, and when I mean underperforming, it's because of the lack of the quality of the squad that we have currently as regards to the style of play, which is 3-4-3 we are currently playing. Now, from the last match, we did see resilience because the match went into extra time, and it's not easy to play that long. We saw it from Zexi being very tired and the whole squad entirely being tired. But let's address the issue of us playing badly. When you watch the match comfortably well, I had to go watch previous Manchester United match against Fulham, Everton, and against Wolves, and a few other teams to be able to get this into account very well. I noticed something, in Ruben Amorim's sporting side, the hardest workers on the team are the two tens and the wing backs. And one thing I noticed evidently in Manchester United is the two tens, they are not being effective for Manchester United. And I'm not saying that is all the problem in the team, but when you think about it, we're easy to play through. And that is why, because the two tens, they are not in the right positions when teams attack against us. And when we want to move the ball up the pitch, for example, we take the ball to Dalot on the side. The two tens are the ones that are supposed to be the first line of attack when the ball goes to the wing back, because somebody needs to now show a run for the wing back to lay the pass. I'm speaking in regards to how the team performed, the Sporting Lisbon team were playing under Ruben Amorim. But so far during this Manchester United team, you see a player like Zexi, a player like Garnacho. This is really not their style of play. Garnacho is a natural winger, and Zexi, when he played for Bologna, he was a 9.5. So he drops in deep to kind of organize play or bring people into play, wins the ball, brings other people into play, and allow the wingers to attack. So naturally, we do not have natural tens for this position. A player like Daniel Olmo would definitely fit into one of the tens in that position. A player like Gibbs White would even fit into that position because there needs to be hard workers as well as good in tight spaces. And right now with Manchester United, we don't have that profile of players. I just wanted to get that out of my chest before we dive into the preview of this match versus Real Sociedad. Of course, we are going to Spain, and one thing that we have seen over the years is we find it hard to play against Spanish sides. Especially now that we are not even performing at all, it's even going to be 10 times harder to play. Plus, we do not have the individuals. I think about 5 of the youth players traveled with the team. Of course, Shido Obi couldn't travel because his name wasn't added, I think, when the list for the competition was submitted. So, we are without Shido Obi for this match. So, I'm going to give my predicted 11 for the match as well as my predicted scoreline for the match. Also, for team use, I think Maguire and Manuel Gatti are missing from the match. I think the manager mentioned that they are being rested for that the injuries are not serious, and they actually, for precautionary basis, the players have been left out of the team. So this is my 11 that I'm predicting is going to start the game. Of course, Bayinda is still injured, so it's going to be Onana. Since we are not having a Maguire, I think the lead should be the one that plays the center position. I went for Mazarawi as a right centre back and Euro as the left centre back. Of course, it was interesting to see Haven in the last match, and probably he gets some minutes also in this match. But it's not going to be an easy match, so put that into consideration. I think the coach is going to put that into consideration if he's going to come into the game at some point. For me, the wing backs, Patrick Dogu comes back. Was suspended for the last match, so he comes back. And this is the European tournament, so he's not banned for this one. So he comes back. That is going to give us something. Dogu has really been a light since he signed for the club. We have not been getting results, but you watch him play, we have a good player in there. So the centre midfield for me is going to be Bruno and Casemiro. With no Ugarte, Kole is also back from injury, has been training, but I don't think the manager is going to start him right away. Plus, Casemiro played in Spain, so I think he's going to start against a club like Real Sociedad. So it's going to be Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. The thing is, I don't like Bruno Fernandes playing that deep because I think he's our best creator. But the thing is, like I mentioned about the profile of the 10 positions, Bruno Fernandes is not really a center midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder that could probably play one of those 10 positions. But playing deep, he doesn't have the physicality and the tenacity. Maybe he has the engine room to run, but can he really win tackles? He's not that guy. That's why we suffer in this team, because we do not have two center midfielders. Take it, we have Ederson of Atlanta in that midfield and a player like Baleba of Brighton. It changes the whole thing completely. But now we have a player like Casemiro that is not good in tight places. His legs are gone. He's going to lose possession half the time. It's not going to be. It's going to really be hard. You need a team performance if we're going to get a result versus Real Sociedad. Dalot will definitely cover the right wing back position. Now Dalot, you can call him decent because of the overall team performance, but he's not performing at the right levels at all. For our attacking positions, we have Garnacho, Zexi, and Hojlund. For the 2-10s position, we have Garnacho and Zexi. Now, like we mentioned before, they are not naturally best for this position, these inside 10 positions, but they are the players we have and they have to conform to the position. But we don't get to see their best attributes playing in this position. Like Zexi arrives late, when he comes into the middle of the field sometimes to do this 1-2 play, he arrives late when he needs to now make those runs for the wing back to thread in those passes. That comes to the thing I was saying before about not having the right profile of players. Normally the 2-10 positions are going to be the drivers when we want to get the out ball out of the to attack, or when we want to stuff in the middle to make sure the opposition can play the ball through our midfield. But if they are not mobile enough, they don't have bigger engines to go up and down like we see Zexi and Garnacho do not have. Even Zexi have been trying for matches now, but he still does not really embody that position. You rather a Gibbs White in that position is going to perform really well in that position. A Daniel Olmo in that position, which for me I feel is the best in that inside position. While for the attacking position, of course, we only have Hojlund. Now Hojlund has to do a lot better. He hasn't scored for a lot of matches, but I think he has a good record in the Europa currently. I think he needs to score in this game. I think it's a must for him that he needs to deliver a goal or 2 goals or more goals in this match. I think he has to tell himself that I'm going to get a goal today. I'm going to keep supporting him because I don't think we'll have any options. Come summer, if he's not firing, then maybe we'll get somebody else. But for now, I'm going to give him my support. So with playing Spanish teams, they are going to hold the possession. And right now, we have a lot of gaps in the middle of the field. So I don't think we're going to see a pretty match for Manchester United, because you have a player like Casemiro in the middle. I don't see how we're going to press and win effectively for the whole 90 minutes. So I'm going to hope that when we do get our few spell on the ball, I'm going to hope that we convert our chances. I'm going to hope Hojlund gets the goal when he gets the opportunity. I'm going to hope Zexi, when he gets in those positions, he scores. Even Garnacho. because I think it's going to be another match with limited possession, with our players running around. Now, I understand people are angry at the manager with the style of play and the players not performing, but when you understand that, you look the profile of players we really have, you would understand why it is easier for opponents to come at us and just bully us. We hardly have dangerous players. If you look at this team now, who is the opposition going to be looking out for? Bruno Fernandes, and that's about it. So it's easy to play against Manchester United if all you have to do is to get Bruno Fernandes as far away from the goal as possible. Now the entire team has to do better. Delete performed well in the last match, hoping he will continue to perform well in this match. Onana have come into question, and I'm still questioning Onana's performance because he needs to do better. You know, those passes we saw at Inter Milan, we haven't seen anything. He hasn't been the best goalkeeper with his hands. He hasn't been the best goalkeeper with his feet. Onana needs to do better. You know, we need to see those balls to do good from Onana. You know, we need to see Zexi and Hojlund bring Zexi and Garnacho bring other people into play. Garnacho needs to learn how to keep better possession of the ball. Garnacho and Hojlund. I don't see how we can miraculously start performing as good as a team like Liverpool, but if these players take responsibility, we might be able to have at least good spells of 20-25 minutes inside the match. And if we take our opportunity within those time, well, we can also grab a win or grab a point. Plus, it's a two-legged match. We are going to visit them. If we can get a result in the first leg, say a draw, maybe come second leg, penalties, or we sneak a goal in. Because logically speaking, and from the performance we have been seeing from Manchester United recently, it is hard to say we are going to go to Spain and defeat Sociedad. My prediction for the match is it's going to end a 1-1, Sociedad 1, Manchester United 1. Yes, I said it. That is how it's going to end. I don't see us grabbing a win. We play so bad. You know, it goes back to the way the confidence that we've been talking about. The whole team are not in sync. When I was watching the Liverpool and PSG game, you could see even though Liverpool were being stuffed out of the ball, every time they held it, the players, they held the ball with professionalism. They held on to the ball. They tried to keep hold of the ball, and you saw the fact that PSG had to use 2-3 players to get them off the ball at every time they needed to dispossess them. Manchester United players, they don't even keep the possession of the ball if one person presses them. Overall, our ball retention is down bad. Our take-ons overall in the team is bad. How many dribblers do we have? Probably Garnacho, or maybe sometimes Zexi. We don't really have dribblers. So you can see where the underlying issues is for Manchester United. We don't have big engines, we don't have dominators of the ball, we don't have good tacklers of the ball, we don't have good passers of the ball. We are basically lacking in everything that is needed to compete for a tournament like this. But we get good. So hopefully we see a performance, but I can assure you that because it is Manchester United and bad things tend to happen to Manchester United when things are going wrong for Manchester United. But you never know. We have hope. See you on the next video. Do not forget to like the video. Do not forget to share the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for always coming back. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.